California, Richard?
No, I'm actually was born in Detroit and grew up in Buffalo, New York. Which is Western New York, I hasten to say.
So you've been everywhere, haven't you? Yeah.
I've been everywhere.
And also, it was Scotty's ideal that I be your MC today, though. So if I don't do a good job, that's his fault. We're putting it all on him. No, he's great. Richard, can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing and who your early musical influences were?
One of my first big heroes was Jascha Heifetz. And then I discovered Bob Wills. And I guess Jascha kind of went into the back seat there. I was classically trained. My parents played Beethoven on the stereo and the hi-fi when I was growing up. And I learned to play classical violin. And then my life was uprooted. I left Buffalo for Bakersfield, California. And all of a sudden my whole world was topsy-turvy. I discovered Western swing, and I was in an area in the state of California, which is the Great Central Valley, where a lot of Bob Wills' sidemen ended up after their careers were over with Bob Wills, and he settled in the area. So there are people like Tiny Moore was up in Sacramento, and Joe Hawley was in Fresno, and Johnny Cuviello, the great drummer, was in Fresno, and I got to meet Johnny Cuviello, and I met a lot of wonderful musicians in Bakersfield that taught me how to play Western swing. So
that's a good place to end up. Rich musical tradition there.
Absolutely.
As he mentioned, Richard is a classically trained musician, and he's played with a couple of groups that some of the folks here today I'm sure have heard of or familiar with, Dan Hicks and the Hot Licks, and also, and Sons of the San Joaquin. That's how he first met Richard. He came here with the Sons, and we got to know him, and it has been great. All distinctively, there are different types of music. How did that diversity make you, Richard, one of the top cats in Western swing?
Well, I think that Duke Ellington said there's only two kinds of music, good music and bad music. I try to stay away from the bad stuff, and that goes for a lot beyond music too, just generally in life, I've discovered.
That's true. Sometimes it's pretty basic, isn't it? It's either good or bad, or it's not.
Avoid the bad.
Avoid the bad, we try to. So, if you would, my friend, if you would take up that fiddle, you play a fiddle, not a violin, correct?
Yeah, this is a fiddle today.
Okay.
The difference between a violin and a fiddle is, you can spill beer on a fiddle.
If you would honor us with a tune, my friend, we would appreciate it.
All right, here's a cowboy tune. They used to have this word called dude, and after the 70s, the word got ruined because it just means just anybody. But a dude actually was a person who was like a city slicker who didn't know anything about cowboy. And this is about the ultimate dude. It's called I'm an Old Cowhand. 1, 2, 3. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and my legs ain't bowed, and my cheeks ain't tan. I'm an old cowboy, never saw a cow. I never roped a steer cause I don't know how, and I ain't fixing to start it now. Yippee-yi-yo-tie-yay, hey, yippee-yi-yo-tie-yay. 48. Yippee-i-yo-tie-yay. Hey, yippee-i-yo-tie-yay. Hey, yippee-ki-yo-tie.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you so much.